Hello, my most amazing artists. How are you today? Today I'm talking to my Prima scholars and I want to show you this painting. It is called Mother's Helper by Diego Rivera. Let's practice that. What's this painting called? Mother's Helper. Who painted it? Diego Rivera. Diego Rivera. Okay, so a couple of things I want you to notice about this painting. I want you to make sure that you're looking in your packet at your worksheet that has this picture on it, and I want you to talk with someone at home about the questions that I have on that worksheet. But we're going to talk about a few things here that might be similar. So first of all, I want you to notice that I have a bouquet of flowers. One of our other art projects, you drew one single tulip. Is one single flower the same thing as a bouquet of flowers? No, a bouquet of flowers has lots of flowers together. Okay, so today we are going to draw a bouquet of flowers because that's part of what's going on in this painting. You'll notice there is a girl and a woman. This one right here is probably the mother, and this is probably the daughter. I want you to notice that the mother is handing the girl a bouquet of flowers. Now look at the expression on the girl's face. Does she look very happy about it? And what do you think are these things back here, these bright colors? I'm wondering if maybe the mom has a job of picking flowers and making them into bouquets so that she can sell them. And she's having her daughter help her with that job. So maybe it's more work than the daughter wants to do. That's a possibility. Now let's look at the colors in this painting. In art class, we learned about primary colors and secondary colors. Let's see if you can remember them. Let's try our chant. Red, yellow, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue are called the primary colors. Orange, purple, and green. Orange, purple, and green are called the secondary colors. Do you remember doing that in art class? All right, now I want you to find some secondary colors in this picture. It's full of secondary colors. Let's see where you can find orange. Let's see where you can find green. And let's see where you can find purple. Yeah, there's orange, there's green, there's purple, and then you can find them around in other places too. Okay, so I want to show you how to draw a bouquet of flowers. Now, I'm going to show you one way to do it, but you have lots of choices. On your packet, it gives you like 4 different ideas, but it also says that you can look up a video on YouTube for how to draw a bouquet of flowers, and you could do one of those. So it's up to you how you want to do it, but I'll show you one way. Today for your project, you will need a white piece of paper, and my advice is to put it the tall way, which is what we call the portrait direction, so that you can fit your bouquet of flowers from the bottom to the top. Now, I was looking at the worksheet that I gave you, and I think I am going to draw this one right here because it kind of reminds me of the bouquet of flowers in our painting by Diego Rivera. This bunch of flowers right here, it kind of reminds me of how that looks. I am going to start today with a black crayon to draw all the outlines, and then I'm going to color it in using oil crayons. And if you don't have oil crayons, you can always use regular crayons or colored pencils or markers or paint. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to draw one big bunch of flowers that's going to be almost at the top of my paper. So I'm going to come down a little bit, and I'm going to draw the bunch of flowers with the kind of line that we call a scallop. And it just goes around like that. Then I'm going to draw the very bottom of my picture, which is going to be a bunch of stems. So I'm going to put a line that just goes like this to show me that I want to go all the way down there. And I'll add more to that in a little bit. Okay, now I need to add lots of flowers. So I'm going to come on this side and I'm going to put a big bunch right here. But do you notice how I don't draw the whole thing? This time I want it to look like it's behind this other bunch of flowers. So I'm only going to draw part of it. And then over here, I'm going to draw one that almost touches the other side of the paper. And I'm going to draw another one behind it. All right, and then I'm going to draw one that comes underneath like this. And one that comes on the side and on this side. Then I'm going to look at my bunch of flowers and I'm going to try to decide if it looks complete or if I need to add something else. Maybe I want to put some green leaf shapes back here. A couple green leaf shapes there and another one here. Maybe I'll put a few over here. These are pointy. I'm going to color them green, like leaves. And then over here, maybe I'll put one, two. And then down here, I'll put some more. And over here, these are going to be zigzag lines. Okay. Now, inside of the flowers, I'm going to add a few more of these bumpy shapes. They kind of look like just part of the edge of the flower. So it's like a scallop line, but I'm just putting it inside. And I'm not doing a whole flower, just doing a little part of it. There we go. Kind of looks like the number 3 here, doesn't it? All right, so you can do a few of those. Then I'm going to draw the big bow that holds them all together. So to draw a bow, you're going to draw a square shape with rounded corners. And then coming from here, you're going to make a diagonal, rounded down, and a diagonal back. Then you can do the same thing on the other side. Then you're going to put a line here and a line here. Then you're going to put a couple lines there and a couple lines there. Then you can make the tail like this, on one side and one on the other. And now the last thing we have to do for our drawing is to connect the stems through. So from up here, just going to draw a bunch of lines that touch the bow. And then we're going to finish this one by bringing it up to the bow. Then we're going to draw a whole bunch more of these, what I call long rectangle shapes. And they just you have to just make sure that they look like they go all the way up to the flowers. There we go. So now I'm ready to add color. So I am going to take some of my secondary colors like we saw on the picture. Remember we saw that this had orange and green, and those are both secondary colors. So I am going to start off by putting orange around the edge here, and then I'm just going to color it in kind of dark, and this one too, color it in. But then I'm going to take yellow and I'm going to smear it around a little bit so that it blends together. Now, if you're using regular crayons, it won't really blend like that, but you can still mix them together. And you want to fill in all the white space so it doesn't look scribbly. It looks filled in. All right, so there's one. Now I'm going to go ahead and color the rest of my flowers. Okay, now I am going to use my secondary color of green to do some coloring on the leaves and the stems. So I'm going to start with my dark green and fill in a little bit of every leaf. And then I'm going to take my light green color and I'm going to finish coloring everything in with light green. Okay, now if I wanted to use all three of the secondary colors, which one am I missing? I've used orange, green, what's the last one? Purple. I'm going to color the bow with my purple color. Okay, my bouquet is all done. I can't wait to see how yours turns out. Bye-bye for now.